We had decided to take on our leg of a Biscay from La Rochelle as we wanted to see these classic sailing waters, and coming from the north we had to pass under the big bridge into the very busy port inlet. We got a spot in the marina here in La Rochelle, and we decided to stay in the outer marina because it's the deepest and we want to leave really early tomorrow. But there is also a little bus ferry that stops just next to our boat place, so we're gonna catch it and have a look at town. So I think we have about 5 minutes or so, so we should hurry up and go. It's a really big marina. I don't know how many thousand boats there is here, but I think it's the biggest or one of the biggest marinas in Europe, at least on the Atlantic side of Europe, but I think in total. I need to check that out. It turned out to be 5,000 dock spots and the biggest marina in Europe. La Rochelle is one of the big sailing cities in the world. We were to Les Sables d'Olonne before, and that was like really a good place for a sailor. This is true. I think there's a lot of marine stores here as well, but it's like 3 times the price. But we are really glad we'll be able to see it for a day, and then we're gonna sail to Spain tomorrow. Taking the ferry boat was a short, pretty ride that allowed us to pass through the classic city towers, even if Tilda was left in the outer marina. We felt La Rochelle was very much more touristy than Les Sables d'Olonne, but one nice thing was the street musicians playing all over town. And one night was just enough for us. Good morning. It's 6 in the morning and we are making our last preparations to start the engine, and then we're gonna leave for Spain. It's gonna be I think a little less than 2 days sailing, and the wind forecast is looking better and better, so I think we will have decent wind at least for the first almost 24 hours. Just outside La Rochelle lies the Fort Boyard, famous from the game show broadcasted in 28 countries, and we could spot it in a very distance in the morning light. We did very well to begin with, but now the wind has dropped completely and we have like 145 miles left to go. We're still that close to land, so we can actually access the 4G, so we had another look at the weather forecast, and it is supposed to be wind right here, right now, so we think we're just in a little bit like a local weather or something. So we're motoring a little bit, and we hope it's gonna pick up within an hour or two, so we can sail, because we don't really have diesel to go all the way. But now we are on the way, and like there is no turning back. And we look forward to Spain. But it's nice to have a calm day, even though it's annoying motoring. You heard so many stories of how difficult it could be to cross the Bay of Biscay, and it's this calm today. It's a little bit weird actually. But I know it's a lot of calm days in this place as well. We have been flying the Spinnaker for almost 4 hours by now, so the wind picked up a little bit for us again, but from a completely different wind angle than the forecast, so we're a little bit curious about what's to come. It's not very often the forecast is almost like 160 degrees wrong on the wind, but hopefully once in a while we have a connection, so hopefully we can have the new forecast downloaded before darkness. But it's a fantastically nice sail. It's almost flat sea, and we do about 6.5 to 7 knots with the Spinnaker. So yeah, the miles fly. We were about to reach the end of our first day when things were about to change. The sunset is beautiful, but the clouds we have in front of us not so much, and we can hear some thunder at a distance. So not really sure what's it gonna be. At one side, as the old say, the red sky at night, a sailor's delight. But at the other side, the lightning increased as darkness fell. The wind has been really messy in this thunder weather. It's turned around a couple of times and then it dropped entirely, and now it's a little bit back, but I'm running the engine for a little while longer and see. But the moon has come out, and I think the thunder is passing by. You can see still some lightning, but it's a lot less, so I hope it's going to be a calm night from now. Did you have a good night?
Well, it was very little wind, but it was quite alright. We have been under engine for, I think it's 5 hours now, but we have been combining that with sails, so it's not been all empty.
I'm still tired, but it's nice coming up to a beautiful sunrise, and gonna have some breakfast together, and then it's time for Gunnar to have some more sleep, and I'm gonna keep the watch. I think I'm gonna be awake soon. Some coffee and hopefully a little bit of more wind. It's looking on the water like the wind is coming. Well, there was not so much wind coming, but instead some happy dolphins. our biggest pod of dolphins yet, and they were so playful. I mean, we are super excited every time we have dolphins, I think you have noticed, but yeah, they were, I think, the best pod yet, and the water was so clear here, so we could also see them very, very well. But we are approaching Spain now, but we couldn't really go where we intended to, so we're actually approaching Spain right next to the French border because the wind direction changed completely, so I think that it was the best option. So within an hour or so we're gonna actually try to find a marina, because the clouds are building up today too. It's looking like it's gonna be new thunders. We have officially made it to Spain. It's been a warm afternoon, but now it starts to chill down a bit, so we're gonna go for a little walk. And we checked in the boat, the most complicated process so far, so maybe Spain is the country of bureaucracy, I don't know. But I think we're gonna enjoy it anyway. Ondarriba Center reminded us of an Alp village with the beautiful wooden balconies, and it seemed to be the town of barking dogs. Still, we enjoyed a good night's sleep before we set sails again. Yesterday we were aiming for San Sebastian, but the wind blew a little bit other direction for us, since we want to use the wind as much as possible. So we just made a quick stop in, I have forgotten, Ondarriba, I think it is called. It's a really cute place, but now we are aiming for San Sebastian to be in a big city for once. So we're looking forward to it and hope to find a spot in the anchorage there. Oh, it's beautiful. I don't know, maybe a restaurant. And we really had a lazy sail at its best. Gunnar decided to put an effort to catch dinner, but the only problem is that he expects fishing to be like ordering at a restaurant. What are we getting for dinner?
We are getting tuna.
Isn't that your least favorite fish?
No, not fresh tuna. Canned tuna is something that I eat it, but it's not a favorite. But now it's getting, we are getting fresh tuna, like sashimi and soy, directly served here on the off deck.
This is the first day fishing in, I think, since last summer, and we didn't make any successful fishing then. So, but yeah, we'll be super happy if we get a tuna. It's like, I really like tuna. Men den är för tiny, va? It's a tiny one. It had to go back into the ocean. And considering the amount of fisher boats, we doubted it was much fish left for us. Once inside the Bay of San Sebastian, we found a good free but slightly rolly place to drop our anchor, and soon Tilda was launched. From what we've heard, it's not allowed to land your dinghy anywhere here if you don't pay for the mooring, but the swim guards sort of pointed at us to pull him up in one place, and we could tie him up to the kayak rental for like a couple of hours, he said, not during night because he was a bit worried. So I guess we shouldn't leave the dinghy on the beach for too long, but now we're going to see if we can walk up the hill where you supposedly could take the best sunset views over San Sebastian. Like the famous photographs are taken from there. And it's supposed to be a, what's it called, funicular? It's making a lot of noise. I'm not really comfortable with this, but I hope it's safe.
We did arrive safely to a fantastic view. But even if the views from there was great, it for sure was not bad either from the boat, once darkness fell and the city began to lit up.
This is the town or region of Pinchos, like the small size tapas. So we're gonna check them out, and apparently what you're gonna do is you go to several different bars and you order 1 or 2 maximum pinchos at each bar, and then you just move on to the next one. So let's start.
We totally enjoyed those pinchos and hope you enjoyed this episode. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did.